Show me a barbell row, please. Well, damn, that's a pretty nice barbell row. Now, can we do a barbell row where your chest is closer to the ground, closer to a pendule row, but not a pendule row? And that's okay too. And then down. Can you give me a barbell row where you're basically standing right here?
Like this?
Yep. Not okay. This is bad. Show me a good one again. That's a good barbell row. You can set the barbell down now. Sequencing this bad boy. This is one of the sort of most classic movements ever. We don't do a ton of them here in the gym because, well, generally it's just an equipment thing. We don't want a bunch of bars littering the place when we have dumbbells and kettlebells. So we do barbell rows sometimes, but other people do barbell rows all the time, and we generally see people doing them horribly in most gyms. So let's fix that shit right now. The sequencing, you want to deadlift the barbell off the ground. So I'm gonna air show the sequence. You're down, you set yourself, you deadlift the barbell off the ground, you're picking something heavy off the ground. Why put your back at risk? That loads the hamstrings, loads the back, loads the core. Then all you have to do from that position is kind of set the shoulders a little bit, and then hip hinge back. Your guts are resting on your legs, your hamstrings are taking the load, and then all you have to do is that straight arm pull to pull into your hip and return. Straight arm pull into your hip and return. So if you deadlift it off the ground, set the tension in the hamstrings and the core, you're not going to have lower back pain from this exercise, which is one of the most common things that goes wrong. So show us. She's deadlifting, she sets it, she pulls it up, and then what she's going to do here, stand up tall please, she's going to brace the abs, brace that core, kind of that push out and push out, and then she is going to hip hinge back, which means Romanian deadlift. Now her butt and her glutes are taking the load, her core is bracing, so she has no pressure in her lower back right here. And then for her row, she is going to smoothly pull and then return. Same thing with all the row variations. If someone's not be able to hold, bring it up, hold for a half second, down. Now hold for 2 seconds, 1, 2, and down. That's a good way you can stand up. That is a good way to teach people to, yeah, you can set it down too. That is a good way to teach people to do that one correctly, that 2-second hold at the top of the lift. Now, you've been in public gyms more, and you're a girl, so you try to keep to yourself. So jackasses don't talk to you. But what would you say is one of the common things you see on this one that goes really wrong, other than the sort of positioning?
I think it's a lot with the neck.
That's a good one.
Because a lot of people go like
There you go.
this
There you go.
and doing it like really fast with
Jerky neck ones. So, because I saw some bodybuilder doing it at some point on some video. You could see when she did that, and I'll do it on mine because I've beaten her neck up today, is when she was in that position, that neck is up, that cervical vertebrae are being compressed. And this goes for deadlifting too. I'm sorry, all you old school, like, powerlifting bodybuilders, and I know most of you guys have cervical vertebrae prolapses. Don't look up when you deadlift. Don't look up when you do anything, because what's happening, don't look up with your chin, look with your eyes, which means raise your chest, because you are putting tension on the neck. What happens when we put our neck in that position? Oh my God, right? With a row, you are trying to engage the back that whole time. Get those rhomboids in there. Get these trapezius muscles. Get those lats firing like a son of a bitch. Build them up. Get them strong. Make them wonderful and powerful. What happens when you look up at the neck? You turn off that whole center back. Everything goes into the upper trapezius muscles, so everything goes into that neck and shoulder complex. The lats really aren't firing so strong. You're not going to get a shit ton of weight on that bar, and you're getting basically half repetitions while injuring yourself. It's like the worst of all worlds. Oh, that neck position, all you have to do, this is why we sequence from the floor. If you deadlift it, your neck is in the right position. That means if you hip hinge it back, your neck is neutral. It's in the right position. And so if you have someone that's constantly doing this with the movement, there's a good chance you have to teach them how to lift again. There's a good chance you're gonna have to take them back and say, hey, wait, let's lift from the ground and stand up first. Let's resequence this. And if that is a pretty quick fix, you can just say, hey, Why don't you just pretend that you've got a softball here and you're trying to hold it? That can fix a lot of things too. Hold a softball with your neck. Don't. Softball neck. Oh dang, vibration mode. So softball neck on that one. Lock in controlled rows. So you don't end up bouncing, only the amount of weight that lets you get smooth, controlled reps. Now, since this is mostly for personal trainers, you guys know that, but just make sure you're reinforcing it. And that neck thing, as Emma said, is super, super important. So we'll show one more good one. We did a lot of talking about how to do it. So she's down, sets her deadlift, she lifts it, she braces the core, she pushes those hips back. Her chin is neutral, everything is neutral. She's pulling that bar into her hips. She's got that squeeze through the lats, and she returns to straight. So no pressure in the lower back, all the pressures in the hamstrings, in the butt, all the pressures in the core right there, and in the lats right here. No pressure is going through the neck, no pressure is going through the lower back. Give us one more. Nice. That's how you do it. Solid.